Hello, and welcome to this TAP workshop or Technology Access Program workshop on digital privacy. We're going to talk to you about how to maintain privacy online. So, what is digital privacy? No, it isn't a cat in a pirate costume. What it is control over your own data. It is freedom from intrusions. It is not digital privacy. It is digital pirate, not digital privacy or piracy. It is digital privacy. So, what can you do to be more private online? Well, one thing is you can use a more secure browser and be aware of the sites that you're viewing. You want to be careful about sites that look shady. They're going to try to get your information. Now there are three free browsers that are very secure. And these are the three most secure browsers that I've ever come across. Tor is very free, very privacy focused and secure. DuckDuckGo is very privacy secure, and so is Firefox. These browsers are much more privacy focused than any of the others that you may have heard about or use, and they are all free to download and use. So, things that you should do with your browsers. Regularly, you want to try to clear the cache, clear the history, and check your privacy settings. These can help ensure that things stay more private for you. Cookies. Well, should you accept cookies from websites, and what are cookies exactly? Well, cookies are small text files stored in your device by websites. While in most cases they're harmless, they do take up space in your device, and some sites use them to track you. I would say to consider refusing them. Honestly, I used to accept them all the time, but more and more I've decided to stop accepting them. And the reason being is they are taking up space, and like I said, they're tracking you. So why have them? Now, when you're online, be careful about sharing too much online. Don't post pictures of your vacation while you're on vacation. Post pictures of your vacation after it's over and you're back home. Too many people can see it if you post pictures of your vacation while you're on it. That can lead to problems. Someone might find out about your house being vacant and break in. Did you ever notice that you mentioned something in an email, then suddenly you see an ad for it? Like, for example, you mentioned dogs, then suddenly you see a lot of dog food ads? Well, that's because your email is being monitored for keywords that are used to base ads on things. And all the email services do it. This is how they make money. So, what can you do about it? Well, believe it or not, there is actually something you can do about it in Gmail. Unfortunately, all you can do in Yahoo is pay for them to take ads out. I'm not sure about some of the other email providers. Some of them might have this similar thing to what we're going to talk about in Gmail. Some of them probably do not. All right, so in Gmail, if you have Gmail in your phone, you can turn off information sharing in a few ways. If you have the Gmail app, go to the top three lines, the three lines up at the top, then go to settings, and then in settings, you want to tap on your email address, then manage your Google account, and then you can look at your privacy suggestions. And you can turn off any of these settings that you choose: web activity monitor, YouTube history, all that stuff. You can turn it all off. And you can turn off personalized ads. I've turned mine off, and I have a much better experience now when I'm using my email. And you can adjust different settings where to control what ads you see as well. Now, when it comes to making accounts online, something you want to think about is, do you really need to give your real birth date? Sure, if it's a site that's financial, government, of course you want to use your real birth date. But if it's a site that isn't financial or government, it's just a shopping website, like say you went to, I don't know, target.com and they asked you for your birth date, do you really need to give your real birth date? Honestly, you don't. I often give fake birth dates to many sites. Just make sure you record them somewhere in case you're asked about it later. Make a file, spreadsheet, notes on your device, the list of passwords and other info, and you can always print it out too. I definitely recommend keeping both copies and have the info of like whatever fake birth dates you've put down, security questions. Keep a physical copy and keep a copy on your device. That way you can copy and paste passwords. I do this all the time. I totally recommend it. Now be careful about who you share your devices with and what you do with them. The reason I mention that is there's a case in Australia where a woman reported her personal photos were stolen by an Apple employee. She left the iPhone repair. Then, when she got home, she found a message to a number she didn't know with her photos attached. And Apple did take the appropriate steps and fire the employee. But be careful. If you don't trust someone at a store, if you don't feel they're trustworthy, maybe it's not a wise thing to leave your device with them. Now, iRobot recently had some problems where they were involved in a data privacy leak with images from cameras in the robots that were leaked online when they hired a third party company to study the images. So, think about these sort of things when you're testing devices or using devices that potentially things that you're showing could wind up where you don't want them to be. Now, social media, think about who owns what you post. Most social media sites have long terms of service. You have to agree in order to use them. And many of them claim they partially own whatever you post or at the very least license to use them. Do they? Well, there's a lot of debate about this, so think before you post. A lot of this hasn't been legally challenged yet. Now, one thing I definitely recommend not to do is don't post comparison pictures of yourself online. All the social media self sites are doing with these, this is how I looked 10 years ago, this is how I look now. All they're doing with those photos, they're using them to train their AI. Why give that away when you should get paid for something like that? Backups. Should you just back up to an external drive? Some data companies claim they own your backups or partially own it. That's never been tested in a court either, so it's something to think about. Now, there are different resources for digital privacy. There's the Electronic Frontier Foundation, which has all sorts of great information about this. And this is all free, by the way. And there's also the Electronic Privacy Information Center, which is all sorts of great information about staying private online. And again, they're free as well. Well, thank you for your time. I hope you got something out of this class. And remember, at Somerville-Cambridge Elder Services, we're here to help you. You can always contact the Community Support Center at 617-628-2601, or you can email us at info@eldercare.org, or you can find us online at eldercare.org. Thanks so much for your time, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.